Hey everybody, welcome back to the Chaotic Little Book Corner. My name's Acacia. Today I'm going to be reviewing a book that I was sent for review by Yellow Jacket Press. They sent me this book for review to review it before its release date, which is February 12th of 2019. I should be posting this the day of release. That would be the goal. If that is the case, wonderful. If it's a little bit after, I apologize. This is a middle grade book, which is not what I was expecting when I requested it. I thought it was going to be a book focused on maybe teens, maybe YA, maybe adult. I was in that mindset. I was not in the middle grade mindset, but I am so glad that this book exists for the middle grade world. This is The Year I Didn't Eat by Samuel Pollan. This is really special. This is the middle grade story of a boy who's suffering from anorexia. Now, I have experience with anorexia, myself, and I understand the mind patterns that are going on in this kid's life pretty well. I was about 7 when I started dealing with an eating disorder, and it was pretty clear at that point that I was going to try and skip meals and avoid eating, and I myself started doing more of the bulimia thing and anorexia when I could get away with it, but my parents were pretty strict on me eating. But when I was at school, I would skip meals, I would skip breakfast. It was pretty easy to skip every meal but dinner, and then I would get sick after dinner. But as far as I'm concerned, this book, should I rate this book as an adult read or a YA read? I would give it 4 stars. Solid 4 stars, really easy, super simplistic, really well done, just, easy to digest, not too complicated, and not a lot of gruesome detail. But reading this as a middle grade book, I gave it 5 stars. I think it is excellent and really well done and super intuitive and very, very understanding in a way that I don't think I've seen many middle grade books be of a mental illness, because mental illness and middle grade is very difficult to come by. If anyone knows any other books that are middle grade dealing with mental illness, please link them in the comments, because I'd be very curious to read those. I find that kids at the age group this is geared towards, 10 to 14, are not really told about mental illness unless they have a direct relationship with someone with mental illness. And as a result, they kind of grow up in a bubble where they're expected to not know about that world, but some of them are affected by that world. There are kids in that age bracket with earlier stages of bipolar, or earlier stages of I believe that some children can have schizophrenia. I know that eating disorders are common and also very, not normal, but they happen in kids from, myself. I was 7 when I started my eating disorder. I've already said that, but it was, I was young. So it comes up, and I grew up in a situation where eating disorders were not discussed in school as a potential, and my parents didn't know how bad it was, and neither did my therapist at the time, so I just assumed that it was what the other girls were doing, because they were skinnier than me, so I just assumed that they were doing it better than I was, and that was just why they were skinnier than me. And I just assumed it was normal, and I assumed that everybody thought that way about food, and everybody thought that way about skipping meals, and it wasn't true. And I think that this book really allows you to see what that can do to a child's brain. This kid is tired all the time. He's grumpy. He's very agitated very easily. He is overwhelmed quickly. His anxiety kicks in. He's counting calories. He's trying to control everything. And it is very clear that this child is really suffering from the eating disorder, not just trying to be manipulative or selfish with the eating disorder, but really struggling and in a lot of pain. And I think that that's very important to show in a book that is for the younger audience, that you're not a bad person for having a mental illness. You're not an evil person. You're actually very much in pain and you need help. So overall, this book was just really well done, really well executed. I'm very happy with it. I think that it's a definite must-read for anybody who's interested in books about eating disorders or people who have gone through them maybe. This is actually a pretty good way to do it without triggering yourself too bad. I was triggered slightly, but not in a way that was really, as scary as it could have been. I would definitely recommend this. I highly anticipate any other books that this author comes out with. I'm hoping that the author will come out with more works about mental health in middle grade works. That would be wonderful. So yeah, this is definitely great. I hope you guys like this review. If you guys have any questions, comments, or quandaries, leave them in the comments down below. And again, if you have any middle grade recommendations dealing with mental illness, please leave them in the comments. I would love to say thank you to my Patreons. You guys are so supportive and so wonderful. I'm so grateful to you. If you're interested in joining my Patreon, I will link it down below in the doobly-doo. I will talk to you guys in the comments. If you love this video, give it a thumb up. Give it a subscribe if you loved it. Yes. Okay. You guys know what I mean. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you love this video, please subscribe. I will talk to you in the comments. I will see you in my next video. Bye.